Be right back. Who's the one person? Who we got? Three people. Hit the like button, please. I was just on a few minutes ago, and now I'm back on. I got to fix this algorithm. I got to just keep doing show after show. Michael Hensley, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. 4 people. Please hit the like, guys. Come on. Sports 74. Good to see you. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please. I like to try to get everybody doing that early. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe. Because I forget throughout the show. $12 people. Anybody want to hop in the chat and talk? Oh, I forgot to put the thing up. I didn't even give you the topic yet. Let's see here. Has Trump been played by Mamdani? What do you guys think? I think he has. I don't know if he's been played. I just think that Trump really likes him because Mamdani was probably nice to him, and Trump likes anybody who's nice to him. And now, you know, he'll give Mamdani whatever he wants. Talk about Comey. What about him, James Bundy? Comey's case is tossed. And now they can't refile it. Statute of limitations is up, I'm pretty sure. What do you want to talk about in regards to Comey? Let me know. We could talk about whatever you guys want. I just figured I would start with this topic and we could talk about it throughout the show here and there. I want to show everybody something. I'm going to put this up throughout the show. Mamdani showed up to the Oval Office dressed in like a black coat or overcoat and I guess you'd say red, maybe maroon, burgundy, I don't know, turtleneck. The next day, Donald Trump, who's always dressed the exact same way, and it never changes, came out dressed exactly like, not exactly, but the same color scheme as Mamdani. What do you think about that? You think that's just a coincidence? Give me your honest opinion. Another show. Yeah, I got to fix the algorithm. I got that copyright strike and it fucked me all up, bro. So now I just got to keep doing shows. It was all false, I believe. So what's next? As far as that goes, nothing. Mamdani wants that money. Yeah, of course. He needs it for his city. He's going to get it. Of course, you know, Trump blows with the wind. Like he does shit like this, and then somebody will get in his ear and be like, no, remember, we're supposed to hate him. He's a Muslim, and, you know, all that shit. Trump might change his mind about the guy again until they're face-to-face again, and then it'll be, you know, a kumbaya moment. Just like Gavin Newsom. He called Gavin Newsom all kinds of shit. He used to refer to him as new scum. And then when they met up in California, he didn't say shit about Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom was standing there. There's a video of him pointing at Trump and looked like he was talking shit. Next thing you know, they're on camera together, and Trump loved Newsom. Yeah, he is. He is. Trump blows more than the wind. Yeah, good point. According to those emails, he does. He does. Yep. Who's Bubba, though? Who do you think? How's that thing gone? The fuck? Who do you think Bubba is? Because they say it's not Bill Clinton. Mark Epstein said it's not Bill Clinton. Doesn't mean that it's not. He just said it's not. Said there's another Bubba. I don't know if I could see Trump spending much time around people nicknamed Bubba in his life, but who knows? These kind of, that's kind of how a bully acts in person. Oh, Trump? Oh, yeah. Yeah. No doubt. They're real tough until they see, their enemy face to face, and then they cower. Ducks, my man. I feel like Trump is too fucking arrogant for no reason to dress the same on purpose. He's a real asshole. Yeah, but Ducks, I'm telling you, man, I've been watching this guy since he started running the first time. He's always worn the same thing, the ugly navy black suit or navy blue suit with the red fucking tie and the oversized pants and jacket and just looking crazy to cover up his fat belly and everything. I've never seen him dressed differently. And now he's got the exact same color scheme on that Mamdani had in the Oval Office the day before. I mean, that's a crazy coincidence, if it's a coincidence. Trump knows how to negotiate with these turds. He knows attacking them won't get him anywhere. But last man standing, he attacked them for months. Are you sure it's not that Trump just is a big softy who, as soon as somebody's nice to him, he's nice to them back? You sure it's not that? Because he trashed the living shit out of him until he saw him in person. Hello, mate, from Newcastle, England. It's always a pleasure to see you Americans talking about Trump. Yeah, I bet you get a pleasure out of it. I wish he wasn't the president so we wouldn't have to talk about him. Shout out to Newcastle, though. Ducks, you're right. He dresses the same every day. It seems really odd, right? The timing, too. Mamdani comes to the Oval Office in a black coat and a red turtleneck. And the next day, Trump is wearing a black coat and a red scarf covering up his neck like a turtleneck. I mean, it's almost exactly the same. And who knows? That was a scarf. He might have had a red turtleneck underneath the fucking thing. Who knows? So what's your take on the clothes scheme? What do you mean? Them wearing the same thing? I think that Trump is a simp. I think that he's very easily impressed by people, especially men. And, that he took some liking to Mamdani, and he saw him as, you got to understand, anybody Trump sees as strong or powerful, he tries to act like them and be like them. And I think maybe that's just the way he saw Mamdani. He saw the way Mamdani swept the fucking election, just destroyed everybody. He became popular like that and won the election. I think he's impressed by that. So, but dressing like the guy is ridiculous. But, who never read his book, Art of the Deal, then you could anticipate his strategy. The book he didn't even write. Yeah, it's not a strategy. I know you guys want to believe it's a strategy, but tell me, what is the strategy? What is it exactly? That he's dressing like Mamdani now. So please, I'm not being cheeky, but why do you not like your president? And please, I've been to America twice, bloody New York City, which is a shithole actually, and Sacramento, California. What do I not like about him? He's a lifelong con man, a racist, a scumbag, a sexual assaulter, a fucking rapist. I mean, I could go on forever. He's terrible for the country. He hates America. Honestly, I think Trump isn't looking to be nice to anyone unless he benefits in some way. Not necessarily, though. I know what you mean, but I think it's also, we've seen it, like when he is impressed by a man. Look at Kim Jong-un, okay? The motherfucker, I don't know if you know this, Ducks. Yeah, I know. These people don't. I hate when people say shit like that. What was I going to say? Oh, when Kim Jong-un and him met, after months of calling him Little Rocket Man and talking mad shit about him. When they met a couple of days later or something, Donald Trump does a press conference, and they're asking him about Kim Jong-un, and he says, and I quote, "We fell in love. He wrote me a really nice letter, or gave me a really nice gift, something like that, and I fell in love with the guy." Now, this is another thing that cracks me up about MAGA, because they're so anti-gay. I am not anti-gay, but I am a straight man. I would never say I fell in love with another man. And he went from calling Kim Jong-un Little Rocket Man and all types of fucking fucked up names to saying we fell in love. I fell in love with the guy. Yeah. Hello from Germany. We feel you. You know the pain we're suffering, how you have empathy for us. I appreciate that. There's no strategy. Nope. Please, I speak to you with the utmost respect, right? But what you're saying about him, you're going to have the bloody FBI monitor you. Wouldn't be the first time. Kim Jong-un is just a Korean version of him. Exactly. And that's what he sees. You got to understand. Like, he sees Mamdani, I think, being like him in the way of like the way they got elected. Trump's run for president started as a joke until he said Mexicans are rapists. He blew up then, and there was no stopping him. Mamdani was not popular at all in the beginning and just became popular like that and destroyed Curtis Sliwa and Andrew Cuomo. So I think that's part of it. I think he sees his popularity, and he likes to be close to any type of leader who's popular, and if he sees them as powerful. Trump loves strong people. That's why he wants to be a king, emperor, or a dictator. Yes. Shyla, what's going on? How you doing? James Bundy, I think he's being softer behind the latest realities, economy, popularity, Epstein vote, November elections, etc. He can see he is not liked and popular as he thinks behind closed doors, I think. James, I agree with you on that. I think that's part of it too. I think you're right. He sees his polls. He can come out every day and say, I've never done better in the polls. Meanwhile, he's sinking in the polls. He's doing terribly. He knows. Mamdani did the work. They knocked on millions of doors. Yeah. He used to be a Democrat, and Democrats loved him until he switched. Now, you say that, but that's not true. I've always voted Democrat, and I've always despised him since I was a little kid, for fuck's sake. If you grew up in New York, you were told about Donald Trump. He was in the tabloids every day. You knew about him. He was a horrible human being, even back then. You say that, but Democrats didn't. If you mean Nugent, like Democrat politicians took his donations, so they were nice to him, maybe. But saying that Democrats loved him, to me, that includes Democrat voters. And if Democrat voters loved him, he would have run as a Democrat because he was a Democrat his whole life. The only reason he ran as a Republican is because of his past. There's no way Democrats would elect a guy like that. There's no way. He's just too bad of a guy. Mamdani will be deported. You probably really believe that, don't you? Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I think I got the right thing. He's appearing much less tougher the last 10 days or so. Oh, yeah. Well, because he's not tough to begin with. I mean, you got to understand. You think Donald Trump's ever really been punched in the face or had a fight with anybody? No. You know, he's a coward. You know, when it comes to, you know, even confronting people in person, he'll do it with pretty much women only. You never hear him talk shit to a man in person. You know, look how he is with Vladimir Putin, guys. This is what blows my mind about MAGA. This is one of the many millions of things. If Joe Biden would have had our military get on their hands and knees and roll out the red carpet for a Russian dictator, he would have been impeached and removed like that. Guarantee it. Or he'd have been removed under the 25th Amendment. Something. But when Trump had our military get on their hands and knees and roll out the red carpet for MAGA or for Vladimir Putin. MAGA had no problem with it. They don't even bring it up. Even when you bring it up to them, it's like, pfft, that is the craziest shit ever. And then they have a press conference together and he lets Vladimir Putin speak first. This is unheard of shit. He ran as a Republican because the Democrat has gone so far left that he was no longer part of it. No, he's ran as a Republican because Democrats are not going to elect a guy who's been accused of sexual assault 27 times, who's been fucking found civilly liable for, well, that wasn't, that hadn't happened yet, but who cheated on every wife he ever had, who was a lifelong con man and known scumbag. Democrat voters would never vote for a guy like that. They never would. So he knew he had no shot as a Democrat. A Mamdani in Germany would be a normal Democrat. In the U.S., people like him ain't like communists, kind of strange but funny. Europeans central as far left in the U.S. Is that right? Only came here for the laughs. Evolution will fix all the incompetence. Okay. At least you believe in evolution. Just keeps going farther and further left. Farther and further left. It's quite insane. Do you think the Republican just keeps going, or the Republican Party just keeps going further and further right, like to the point where it's insane? Just out of curiosity, considering they're a party of one now, and all the Republican congressmen and senators and everything literally exist only to serve Donald Trump because he holds their political futures in their hands. So they come on TV every day and lie through their teeth just like he does, and they'll do anything to protect them. Do you think it's as bad as that? Like, tell me what what went so crazy with the left? Like, what's insane? How far left did they go? What did they do? Isn't it Wednesday, the deadline for Ukraine? And what do you think will happen? No. It's Tuesday, and Thursday, I think, is the deadline. Trump ran as a Republican because Republicans, for the most part, believe in conspiracy theories, which is right up his alley. That's part of it, too. Guys, listen, I need you to do me a favor, and it's totally free. Hit the like button, okay? As many of you as possible. I'm just going to sit here for a few seconds while you guys hit the like button, because it appears the majority of you agree with me. Guys, hit the like button, subscribe. Hitting the like button is a free way to help. Doesn't cost you anything. And it would be appreciated greatly. So I got 84 people and 10 likes. So what can we do to change that? $11? Are you serious? Like, the majority of you appear to agree with me. 12? Come on, guys, hit the like button. And if you don't want a free option, also subscribe. That's free too. But if you're not worried about shit being free, send a super chat, a Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. I'll gladly accept those too. As a matter of fact, oh yeah, I got the information in the chat, and you know where the super chat button is. Let me see. Aren't the Russians that one who would make the 2016 election of Trump possible? They helped. What have the Democrats done for the country? Look at the shitstorm they've turned it into. Starting back when, because we could go with the 40-hour work week, unemployment, public roads and bridges, stuff like that, public libraries, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, all the social safety net programs, literally every single one of them. And then you got just Biden alone, the American Rescue Plan, the infrastructure, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, stuff like that. Is that enough, or you want more? He said when he was Dem, if I ever run for president, I'll change to Republicans because they have dumber voters. You know what? I hate Donald Trump, man, but this goes to show how honest I am. I would love to say that that's true, but it's actually not. If you look it up, he never said that. I would love to say it's true, man. I really would. It would certainly fit my narrative, but I can't do it. It wasn't true. Oh, my God, of course. Yeah. And he gives deference to any country that will build a Trump Tower or a Trump golf course or any fucking thing. Bill Maher will tell you where the left went too far. Who cares about Bill Maher? Bill Maher's an asshole. I'm asking you guys, how did the left go too far? Where did they go that's too far? In other words, what did they do? I'm talking about policies and shit like that. Doesn't matter, revelations. And if you want to quote Bill Maher, do you want to quote what he said about the right? Or you're just going to talk about the left? Doesn't matter, revelations are playing out. Jesus, Jesus doesn't exist. And yeah. You're not even talking about the real picture. Just blow this and blow that. Who cares about politics? It's about revelation. Oh my God. Is this for real? Number of likes is Trump's IQ. Yeah, guys, hit the like button and subscribe. I was doing great with views and everything and subscribers, and then I got fucking struck the other night, which was bullshit, and it fucked my algorithm up greatly. So now I have to rebuild all that. So it would be a big favor to me if you would just please hit the fucking like button. I can't even believe we have to ask for that. Such a simple thing to do. 30% inflation 2020 to 2024. Wow. 30% inflation. I don't know if we've ever had 30% inflation. I'm not even sure with the Great Depression. What's the highest inflation has ever gone up in the U.S.? Uh, 23.7% in the 12-month period ending June 1920. I think you meant 9%, and that was not 2020 to 2024. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're trying to say it's Biden's term, which would actually be 2021 through 2025, I know you don't realize that. You think because the election was in 2020, Trump was, Biden became president in 2020. You'd be wrong. It was 9% inflation, and it was following a global pandemic that caused global inflation. Every single country in the world had unbelievable inflation. Our country just happened to have recovered the fastest under President Joe Biden. Now, in April of this year, inflation was at 2%. Right now, it's at 3%. So it's going up under Donald Trump. No, he didn't play anybody. Then why is Donald Trump dressing like him and shit? Look. Why is that? Why is Donald Trump all on his dick now? The projections for the average American have all been proposed by the protections, for the average American have all been proposed by Democrats. Deregulation is always Republican, by EPA. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. Pretty much everything we enjoy as Americans on a daily basis is all thanks to Democrats. You guys just don't even know that because you don't know anything they've done or haven't done. You don't know anything. No problem, Saltwater Life One. Did you hit the like button and subscribe? Shyla Spellbound Creations, $10, $86.47. Whoa. Be very careful with that, Shyla. Be very, very careful. I do not agree. I did not say that. Shyla said that. He did say smart people hate me. They can't be denied. He did say that. That can't be denied. I'm sorry. Yeah, he did say that. Thank you, by the way, Shyla, if I didn't already say that. Is there going to be free buses? Hopefully for New Yorkers. Biden is a bad example for Democrats. Bill Clinton economy was the better example. Yeah, but Biden did pretty goddamn good, But you're right. Clinton's was, way better. Way better. Fucking left office with a surplus. Electing a black president, let's be honest. What does that mean? You just said electing a black president. What does that mean? It's just a random comment that says electing a black president. What does that mean? Oh, you mean that's how they went too far left? Oh, my God. See what I'm saying? No, MAGA isn't racist or anything. Electing a black president, that's just beyond the pale. Electing a rapist A guy who's wanted to fuck his own daughter since she was 4 years old. A guy who looked at a 10-year-old girl and said, I'll be dating her in 10 years. A guy who cheated on every wife he's ever had. A guy who's a lifelong con man. A guy who's been sued by the Department of Justice for refusing to rent apartments to black people. A guy whose daddy handed him billions of dollars and he proceeded to fail with every business he tried after. That's fine on the right. Electing a black president, though, and an articulate, well-spoken, insanely intelligent black man that did a lot of good for our country. That's where the left went too far. This is why and then you'll say, why do they think we're racist? You just said that they went too far left because they elected a black president. Unbelievable. No. Donald Trump was in no way playing it. Donald Trump was looking at him like a young girl looks at her high school crush. He was like blushing and shit. It was disgusting. Meanwhile, Mamdani stood there and called Trump a fascist to his face. So, Laura Loomer's a pig. Sorry, read the wrong thought. It said, did Trump play Mamdani? No. Where's Fauci? Living his life somewhere. Why? Are you one of those people that believes Fauci's a criminal? What crime did he commit exactly? What's the specific crime? Dumbo crap. Rich Myers, you're a very intelligent individual, obviously, and you have a lot of creativity in your insults and stuff. Dumbo crap, right? The Republicans are neo-fascists. They remind me kind of NSDAP, but less organized, but dangerous enough. Definitely neo-fascists, without question. I mean, the entire party. I'm not sure if you're the one earlier. I don't even know what you guys got put a whole thing in the. You mean the entire party? What? I don't know. The fuck it did. You do get the fact that Dems say the first 2 years are the previous administration's fault. That they always say that. What do you mean? Do you mean? What are you saying? The fuck it did what? I wish you fucking people knew how to communicate. The fuck what did? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And Donald Trump comes out and says he has a great economy right now. So why isn't he saying it's Joe Biden's fault? He only said that in the beginning. But now he refuses to acknowledge it's a bad economy, even though it is. Do you know anything about this shit? Do you know that when... Oh, God, I'm so tired of repeating the same shit. I wish you guys were capable of learning. Donald Trump left office after grossly mishandling COVID with a 14% unemployment rate and 2.5 million less jobs than he entered office with. Joe Biden brought down the inflation that was created by COVID and brought down the unemployment rate to a record low of 3.2%. The GDP was up. The fucking stock market was breaking records all the fucking time. He was creating 180,000 jobs a month on average. Trump has only created 500,000 in 10 months. Trump's had the worst jobs numbers for the last 4 or 5 months that we've had since the Great Recession. So I guess you're saying we should blame it on Biden? I don't know. Then you would have to blame Biden's first 2 years on Trump's first term. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Oh, no. This is a picture from a press conference from yesterday or the day before. Don't even try to pull that horse shit. Not a press conference. He was standing outside the White House or something. He's getting on Air Force One, wherever the fuck he was. And that's what he was wearing. That's not from 15 years ago. A surplus of what? Money, Glenn Paul. I clarified. I didn't mean to go to off the guy. LL 86 means to boot somebody. No, I know, but you know what they try to do. You know. Democrats went to war for slavery. Well, Democrats of back then are the Republicans of today. You guys constantly use this sorry ass talking point. You don't realize there was a big switch. You don't realize that voters that were voting Democrat changed and started voting for Republicans. I mean, the party of slavery elected like Ilhar Oman. Did I say that right? Ilhan Omar. What did I say? Ilhar Oman. Is that what I said? Ilhan Omar and AOC and Jasmine Crockett and the Republicans, the whitest fucking people in the House and the Senate. The Republicans are the ones that fly the Confederate flag to this very day. We've had even black Republican politicians who said slavery should still be a thing. Okay? Like, you guys can't be serious when you say this stuff. Democrats want Confederate statues torn down. Republicans fight to keep them up. I mean, for you guys to not realize all these things when you say that Democrats were, they were. It doesn't mean shit now. Doesn't mean shit now. Now the Democrats are the party that fights against racism and Republicans fight for it. I'm number 20 on hit the like button. Nice. Well, guys, hit the like. Keep hitting the like and subscribe. It's very, very, very important to me. It would mean a lot. Thank you. Let's get the numbers up. Let's get the views up because my algorithm is fucking shot. I'm tired of dealing with this on YouTube. It's been almost 5 years now. Keep hitting the like button. Completely incorrect. What's incorrect? Tell me what's incorrect. Don't just say completely incorrect. Biden ended the Keystone Pipeline, raising gas prices. Trump lowered gas prices. Right now, gas prices are literally, on average, a couple of cents lower. It's about 306, 307 right now. A couple of cents lower than they were this time last year. Okay, on average, right? Biden ended the Keystone Pipeline, yet if you look it up right now, like let's just say you use the same fingers you used to comment and you Googled, did the United States produce a record amount of oil under the Biden administration? You'd find out that yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yep. More crude oil than ever in history under the Biden administration. If you researched it and didn't just listen to horse shit all day long and then repeat it, you'd also know that during COVID, Donald Trump made a deal with Saudi Arabia and Russia for them to stop producing oil because nobody was driving because of COVID. So then Biden gets in office, shutdown ends, people start driving again, and there's not enough fuel. Too much demand, not enough supply, which raises prices. But yeah, I know you don't want to put any of it on Trump. There is no reasoning, KNOW. You could call me and debate me. We could talk much as you'd like. See if I can reason with you. Look how many people in the chat disagree with you, bro. That's because I fucking hashtag MAGA in it, you dope, to get all you guys in here to argue with. I love having, like liberals and stuff in here, but if I just had liberals, it would just be a boring show with a bunch of people agreeing with each other. I hashtag MAGA in the show to get you dopes in here. This fool's still trying to convince us he isn't sharing a brain cell with a toilet bowl. Okay. Never heard that one before. Trump was manipulated by Putin and now by Mamdani. World leaders laugh about him behind his back. He's so dumb. Yeah, no doubt. FBS, what do you think tap water is a friggin' gay bomb? No. That's Alex Jones. Yeah, ask the people in Chicago who's fighting for racism. What do you think they'd say? What do you think they'd say? Fighting for racism? You think they'd say Democrats are the ones that are fighting for racism? What does what's going on in Chicago have anything to do with racism? Just out of curiosity. Did you think that one through before you put that in the chat? What the fuck are you talking about? Biden's jobs were based on the country opening back up. No, not true at all. There wasn't 16 million jobs lost. That's not true. So he created 16 million jobs. And besides, this went on throughout his presidency. Not the first year, not the first 2 years. It's creating an average of 180,000 jobs a month. And in his term, he created 4 times more jobs than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. So you could try to spin it any way you want, but it's not going to work. Oil was $30 a barrel under Trump, rose to $130 under Biden. You are a liar. You really believe that? So under Biden, then how much would a gallon of oil have been? Or a gallon of gas, we'll say. If it was $30 under Trump, and let's say it was, let's just go crazy here and say it was $1.50 under Trump. And then under Biden, it was $3. Would those numbers make sense to you? It was $30 under Trump and $130 under Biden. There'd be 100% increase on fucking oil. More. So let's just see. How much was a barrel of oil under Biden? Under the Biden administration, the price of a barrel of oil has fluctuated significantly, with the average price being around $71 to $86 per barrel in 2022 and $81 per barrel over the first 3 years of his presidency. The price has been affected by various factors, including the end of the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine. So things that were totally outside of Biden's control, because you guys don't even know what OPEC is. You think that Donald Trump controls the prices of oil, and he could bring the gas prices down, and you believe Biden also had the same control. Now, under Trump, it was $65 a barrel. So it was 76 under Biden, 65 under Trump. So, Bud Russell, I'm not great at math, but I think you have your numbers wrong by a little bit there. But why wouldn't you? You just made them up. You know what I mean? You people believe the most wild shit with absolutely no evidence. Me or them? If it's me, what do I believe that's wild? OPEC controls prices, yes. Under $60 with Trump, under Dopey Joe, and a year ago, almost $75. A year ago. Glenn Paul, when Trump, I'll explain this to you again. I know you don't want to believe it because it would fuck your argument up. But when Trump left office, COVID was a big problem. Remember that? You couldn't even get paper towels, bottled water, toilet paper, nothing. Now, before all that, gas was cheap because gas was cheap. Okay. But once COVID hit, after that, when Biden became president, oil was going to be more expensive for a whole lot of different reasons. So if you can tell me what Biden did exactly to raise the prices of oil, then I'll shut the fuck up. Like, what policies did he put in place? What did he do wrong that made oil so high? If you could tell me, I promise, I'll shut the fuck up and I'll admit you were right. Average about 84. No, I just read it. Not really. Gas in South Texas, one of the cheapest areas in the union, is still averaging over $2.60 while the economy is tanking and unemployment is up. Yeah, 100%. Yep. And on average, it's like I said, it's a couple of cents cheaper a gallon, like 2 or 3 cents cheaper a gallon than it was last year. Where I'm at, gas is 20. I thought last night I said 40 or 50. I was wrong. I checked today. At least at this gas station down the street, it's 20 cents more a gallon than it was when Biden left office. It was not. It reached, but it was not 36 a gallon. Jesus Christ, a barrel throughout his presidency. Sure, I'm sure it reached that. Biden mass-produced oil because we had to help the EU after Biden forced them to cut Russia. Cut off Russia, you mean? Well, but are you going to ignore the fact that Trump made a deal with Russia and Saudi Arabia to stop producing oil so that when we finally needed it, there was not enough of it? And the supply or the demand outweighed the supply? You think Trump is? I don't know. Trump glazed Mamdani sloppy style. What are you talking about? He did. If you're voting for either side, you're voting to be a corporate slave. Oh God, here's one of these guys. Yeah, so just don't vote, and then we'll just get whoever, right? Yeah, that's the better answer. Bro, under Biden, he was basically a puppet full of dementia being controlled by God knows who. Can you prove it? Can you tell me the credible source that has confirmed that? Because Donald Trump has dementia, you know, and he said on 60 Minutes about a month ago that he don't know who he pardoned. So who's running things for him? Stephen Miller, Elon? Who? Are you really this stupid? No. I'm much smarter than you. You could call me and debate me if you'd like. Here, let me show you some of Trump's dementia. He was asked a question twice in a row about how long the illegal immigrants in Florida were going to be held in Alligator Alcatraz. Now listen closely.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question? Who?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here, days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, you know, for 4 years I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. You know, my vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida, you know, pay a lot of tax. And a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can.
Not only did he not answer the question and completely, I guess, you know, I don't know, just hear a totally different question that wasn't even asked, but he rambled onto 45 different topics while giving his non-answer. Okay. And what did this person up here say? I saw something. Doge still found billions of dollars of wasteful spending, correct? Incorrect. I think how much did Elon say he was going to find? Like $100 billion or some shit of wasteful spending or some crazy shit like that, wasn't it? What was it exactly, guys? I don't remember. I think in the end they found $2 billion. But the operation itself of Doge wound up costing us money. So in other words, it cost us more than what they found in wasteful spending. All the shit they were saying they found in wasteful spending turned out not to be true. It was just, I don't know if you realize this, but Trump gave, or Elon gave Trump $275 million. Trump then put Elon in charge of Doge. Elon used Doge to cut all the agencies and bureaus and everything else that investigate his companies, and then he left. So it was just a bribe so he could get the heat off his back. That's literally all that happened. That's it. But you guys got played, and you're probably still waiting for the $5,000 check to show up in your mailbox. Word salad, much like Kamala. No. Kamala, we go through this every show. Last night I even played it. I will show you their debate with each other, and you could see how Trump speaks versus Kamala. You literally took like one interview where she fucked up an answer, and you just say, a woman that spoke her whole life as her career in front of judges and juries, you say she can't form a coherent sentence. Okie doke. Doge did not find any in wasteful spending. Doge cost us more money with all the lawsuits and stuff. positions. Yes, firings of positions. I'm sorry. Yes. 2 trillion, he claimed. Yeah, they found about 2 billion. Yeah. And it wound up costing us money. $1 billion a day. Yeah, right. Is that what he said he was going to find? Put a list of Trump's accomplishments on the screen. It would end this show immediately. Well, how about this, Bob? How about you give me the list in the chat of Trump's accomplishments, and we all read your list, and if it ends the show, it ends the show. Let's see. Maybe you'll put a list in here and everybody will leave. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe immediately. And I mean it when I say hit the like button. It's a very, very, very important. Hit the like. And for the fuck of it, for shits and giggles, why not throw a super chat into the mix? And I'll get a little money out of it. You guys will get your comment read, or the Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. That's right in the chat. And I've been using that to get donations for 4.5 years on YouTube. So if you guys are concerned about that at all, you shouldn't be. But you always have the option of super chat. I don't think I'm into MAGA anymore. He's been lying a lot. See, Blix kept an open mind. Trump is ranked as one of the worst presidents ever. The worst, actually. Someone said Google his accomplishments. Haha, compared to almost any other decent president, he falls short. Yeah, I'm gonna go and see if he lists accomplishments. Where's Bob? That was his name, right? Bob? What's the list of accomplishments exactly? I'll be fair. I'll read them all off. I'll even tell you what I think of each one. And the Department of Education. Yeah, because that would be a great idea. Yeah, it is subjective, Shyla. Liberal mad, that's after all of their anti-democratic tactics, lawfare to bankrupt Trump, state actors trying to kick him off the ballot, Democrat zombies trying to kill him, and he still won. You mean those people that were raised by MAGA families, those guys? Is that who you're talking about? Well, at least the one that killed Charlie Kirk and the one that tried to kill Trump, raised by MAGA families, all reasons to believe they were MAGA themselves. And lawfare, when you say lawfare, do you mean like when Donald Trump put up a social media post on his own social media site on, what was it? I forget the exact date, but he put it out to Pam Bondi. It was supposed to be a private message to her. And he said that his enemies need to be prosecuted because of the shit they did to him. Letitia James, John Bolton, James Comey. And then within days, they were indicted. Of course, Letitia James and James Comey's cases were thrown out yesterday because they were just vindictive prosecutions. Plus, you know, the bitch that was in charge fucked everything up. But Lindsay Halligan. Do you mean like that kind of lawfare? Like when Donald Trump tells his attorney general, prosecute my enemies because I want revenge? Like that? Trump was a criminal and he got prosecuted for crimes he committed. That's not lawfare. It's not a witch hunt. Source, I can say Trump brought moon close to Earth. Yeah, but nobody would believe you because that would be ridiculous. What source of what? What are you looking for? The source on what? Bob, come on, man. Yeah, Bob, tell us Trump's list of accomplishments. Where's Bob? Did Bob leave? Kamala is so stupid always. Yeah, Kamala. Yeah, the one that graduated Howard University and then went on to become a prosecutor and then a district attorney and then an attorney general and then a U.S. senator and then the vice president. Yeah, I'm sure you're light years smarter than her, Blix. What do you do for a living exactly? And she's definitely stupider than the reality TV show host whose dad had to pay for his grades in college. The guy who can barely speak a coherent sentence and reads and writes on a third grade level. He did find waste. Oh yeah? What was it exactly? Those led to the ending of USAID, which was a $80 billion slush fund for Democrats. $80 billion slush fund? No, it wasn't. And USAID was a good thing. But you probably don't know much about it. Trump clearly suffers from a severe case of logorrhea. What the fuck is that? 170 billion for ICE and border control, 40 billion for Argentina, 1 billion to refurb Qatar jet, 230 million for DOJ compensation, 200 million for Kristi Noem's jets, 98 million Trump golf outings, but no money to lower healthcare. Yep. And 35 billion of that 40 billion that went to Argentina, that could have extended the ACA subsidies for another year so 24 million people could keep their fucking health insurance in this country. 24 million American citizens. Because illegal immigrants can't get health care through the ACA or any federally funded health care for that matter. So 24 million Americans lose health care. But hey, Argentina got 40 billion. And that $1 billion to refurbish the Qatar jet, which was nothing more than a fucking bribe because the Department of Defense does not get to keep that jet. The next president does not get to use it. It goes straight with Trump when he leaves office to his presidential library. $5,000 Doge check became $2,000 tariff rebate check real quick. Yeah, and they're not getting that either. Good. I appreciate you disliking the stream. Engagement is engagement. YouTube doesn't even really differentiate. Thumbs down, thumbs up, it all helps. So I appreciate it. Yeah. He won't even make a list. Bob disappeared when I asked him to make the list. No, of course he can't. Kamala is stupid and you think Trump is smart. Wow, just wow. Going bankrupt 3 times makes Trump 6 times, Hitman. I'll just call you Hitman. 6 times. BB from VA 199 match. There you go. Now, BB from VA is a sweetheart of a woman who always supports me. Now, when she says match, what she means is she wants you guys to match her 199 donation. So if you have it in your hearts, please do. I mean, I do need to make money off these shows in order to keep doing them. And obviously you like them because you're sticking around. So please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you'd like to, donate. But at least hit the like button and subscribe. Doge saved up to 160 billion via contract and grant terminations, workforce reductions, and other efficiency measures. No, they didn't. Hey, baby, how are you? What are you doing? Okay, it's my beautiful wife. Warp Speed was terminated. Number 1. Warp Speed. What do you mean, Operation Warp Speed? What do you mean it was terminated? You mean Donald Trump's Operation Warp Speed? Anti-Trump losers show how brainwashed they are by their controlled media. Oh yeah, guys, hit the like and subscribe. Very, very important. I know I keep asking, but I have to. They don't like USID because it helps brown people and supports democracy abroad. They'd rather pestilence and disease than to help a brown person. Oh yeah, no doubt. Talk about Kamala for 2028. Kamala's not going to be the nominee for 2028. She fucking better not be. No woman better be. Not AOC, nobody. Because this country, listen, Joe Biden beat Donald Trump, but 2 women couldn't, which means that this country's never going to elect a woman. They elected a black man twice, but they won't elect a woman. So our 34 felon president. Well, if you ask, Jon Stewart for 2028, I wish. If you ask these people in the chat, these MAGA people, he's not a felon. Believe me, they've told me many times Donald Trump is not a felon at all. They've told me that they're fake felonies and that there's no underlying crime. So I would have to say, Stewart, that you're wrong according to them. Trump's a Nazi who needs to be impeached, 100%. If he was such a great candidate for president, why did she vanish right after election? Because she lost the election. Where was she supposed to be right after election? Where was she supposed to be? I'm confused. People run for president, and then when they lose the election, they generally go away. Unless you're, Donald Trump, and then you continue doing rallies for 4 straight years. Okay. I heard Trump's trying to end the war against Candace Owens and Turning Point USA. What the fuck? Is that right? What do you mean, between them? I don't even know what you mean. Yeah, black woman for president. LOL. Nope. There goes Blix again. Or are you saying because this country won't do it? Or are you saying because we shouldn't have that? I forget if you were the guy that said that Obama becoming president was the left going too far. Yeah, every decade of his adult life. It doesn't actually fit. It is so long. That's okay. You could do it in multiple messages. So do a few in the first message, a few in the second message. Go ahead, Bob. List his accomplishments. We're all waiting. Nope, no ACA subsidies. Illegals get health care through reimbursements to states who front the cost of their childbirths and emergency room visits. Wrong. That's not true. Illegal immigrants cannot receive Medicare or Medicaid or any type of insurance through the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. They cannot. It is illegal by federal law. The only thing they get, and they don't get it, by the way, is emergency Medicaid, which again doesn't go to them, and it's not health coverage. It simply means that because of the EMTLA, the Emergency Treatment Emergency Medical Treatment Labor Act, if an illegal alien walks into a hospital today, just like if me or you do, any of us, anybody, doesn't matter, walks into a hospital, has, say, a broken leg, all they have to do is treat us and stabilize us and send us on our way. Then the government reimburses them a percentage of that cost, only because it's the law. They're making the hospitals do it. So they reimburse them a percentage. So the immigrants don't get the money and they don't have health coverage. So wrong again. The ACA subsidies were for 24 million American citizens. Yeah, I would rather have either one of those guys, especially Newsom. Nobody's gonna elect Buttigieg because he's gay. You know what I mean? The United States of America is Trump's 7th bankruptcy. Yeah, guys, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. No, they didn't. On what basis? LOL. I don't know what that means. You guys got to learn to put whole comments in the chat so I know what you're referring to. I know what that means. Yeah, I agree. I think if Republicans are talked to the public, they should be considered as if they are under oath, and anything they say can be used against them in a court of law. Oh, that'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? What is your opinion on potential Thomas Massie, Candace Owens Republican ticket in 2028? I don't believe that they're even proposing that, are they? Who has said that? They're both gay. No, they're not. A lot of people want Newsom. His approval ratings are a hell of a lot better than Trump's right now. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true. They pay in, I think, about 85 billion, something like that, 95 billion in taxes. Of course, illegal immigration is great for the economy, literally terrific for the economy. Without it, you'd be fucked. A lot of things you buy would be a hell of a lot more expensive, like produce, milk, eggs, stuff like that. Way more expensive. Yeah, but Trump's a big winner. That means he committed the crime 34 times. He was convicted 34 times, not one time, 34 times. He was committed of this. All right, I'm gonna move on. What the fuck? California's cooked. Oh yeah? How do you figure? California, that has the 4th largest GDP in the entire world and basically funds all the red states, because red states are the poorest states and they're taker states, and they take out more from the government than they put in, whereas California and places like New York and stuff put in a lot more than they take out. He said that Doge did something. You said that they didn't and moved on, little bro. Nice argument. Well, what do you want me to say? People just lie in the chat. They just say stuff that's complete bullshit. What the guy said was bullshit. You guys have fingers and I would think functioning brains, at least somewhat functioning. All you got to do is look it up. I'm supposed to argue something that the guy's just completely wrong about after I already debunked his first lie where he said that Doge, what did he say? The first thing he said about Doge was complete bullshit, and I debunked it. Or maybe it was the gasoline, whatever it was. So no, sorry. You think I got time to read every comment and fuck around with all you guys? Oh God, here we go. Then how did they become felonies if they never proved an underlying crime? How did they become felonies? How does that happen? The 34 felonies was one crime that couldn't be upgraded to a felony because he didn't write the payment. They did it anyway just so the media can label felony. Yeah, that's not how the courts work. He committed the same crime 34 times. Okay, falsification of business records or falsifying business records. Okay, and then the underlying crime was election interference. Basically, he wrote a hush money, or he gave a hush money payment in order to commit election interference, in order to keep the Stormy Daniels story from the American public while he's running for president. And that's what brought it up to felonies. That's the underlying crime. And then he falsified business records 34 times to hide that hush money payment. And if it was something that Biden did, you guys would act like it was, bloody murder. You know what I mean? Yeah, he is a pedo, no doubt, Kate. California is about to take a downturn. Tons of real estate is about to disappear from California. California has regulated real estate into the ground. People are leaving. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Time will tell. Dems be so embarrassed when the files come out. Dems be so embarrassed when the files come out. You know that it's Democrats this whole time that were pushing for the release of the Epstein files, right? And Republicans that were covering them up. You do know that, don't you? I would hope you do. Hitman. You haven't debunked anything. You've simply disagreed. No. I brought stuff up and I read it to you, and I absolutely did debunk shit. Just give me an example. Tell me a lie and I'll debunk it. That's all you guys do anyway. The guy said the thing about barrels of oil in the beginning, right? That barrels of oil were $160 a fucking barrel under Biden. Did the guy not say that? And then I proved to you that they didn't go up more than $76 or $78 a barrel. So that's one. Plus, Bob said a list of accomplishments. I told Bob list them. Bob disappeared. You know what I mean? Everything you guys say, I debunk. You don't want to believe my answers because they don't fit your narrative. But they never proved any of what. How did he get convicted if they never proved it? How do you get convicted of a crime that's never proven? Just out of curiosity. Are you saying that he didn't falsify business records to cover up the hush money payment? What didn't they? What didn't they prove? Saltwater life, oil right now, gas. Let's talk about gasoline. Okay, you're talking about crude oil, whatever. Gasoline for your car right now, on average, is down a couple of cents from last year. A couple of cents a gallon, like 2-3 cents a gallon. Are you going to deny that too? Gas prices are not really down by much at all, like I just said. So I think you guys ignore this stuff. I don't know. Let's talk about Bill. What about him? Hillary. Let's talk Hillary. What about her? Democrat Department of Justice always lies. Oh, so like when they convicted Hunter Biden of his crimes, they were lying? Yeah, the Republicans don't lie. The party of Donald Trump, the biggest liar on the face of the earth. Yeah, they don't lie. Hold on. Guys, hit the like and subscribe, please. Trying to find something real quick. Okay. In court, they say 34 counts, not 34 crimes. It's the same crime 34 times. You don't understand that that's a problem? That's like if I got caught selling drugs once, I get charged with it once. If I got charged selling drugs 34 times, it would be the same charge 34 times. You don't see how that's worse than just one? You don't get that? He committed the crime 34 times in order to cover up a hush money payment to a porn star that he was fucking behind his wife's back. What about Bill Clinton and Epstein? I could tell you whatever you want to know about them. Yeah, I guess so. Guys, hit the like and subscribe, please. The Democrats had several years to open the Epstein files, but sat on them. Epstein was charged and arrested both times by Republican presidents, Bush and Trump. I think it was Obama, 2009. It might have been Bush, though. But what does that have to do with anything? You think that their presidencies correlate directly with Jeffrey Epstein's arrest? How so? And our current president was his best friend. And if you're going to say the Democrats had several years to open the Epstein files, I have to point out to you that so did Donald Trump. Donald Trump had the Epstein files before the Democrats did. So why didn't Trump release them? Oil barrels are 65 a barrel. Is that what it is right now? Yeah, I think that's what I read in the beginning. And they were 76 under Biden. Yeah. Again, gas is literally down 2 or 3 cents on average, less than it was a year ago. How did Trump get away with so many crimes unless Trump was a protected informant? Trump is just another gangster story with him abusing children, too. Well, he wasn't an informant, but he got away with crimes because he's a zillionaire. 89% of Epstein's financial contributions were to the Democrats. That means he supported Democratic politicians. That's all that means. That's all that means. It doesn't mean they were part of a sex trafficking ring. And if so, listen, I'm open-minded, guys. Just tell me which Democratic politicians were part of his sex trafficking ring and just tell me the credible source where I could find the information, and I'll do it. Again, Stephen, bro, listen, guys, man, I'm going to explain this the best way I can one more time. So listen to me. First of all, I'm 6.5 years clean and sober. I did a lot of damage to myself. I have a terrible short-term memory. Okay. You'll start to see more and more while I forget shit as I'm saying it. Secondly, I read probably 1,500 comments per show. Okay. And 99.9% of the time, I don't even look at your name. I just read the comment. I couldn't care less who you actually are. It's just the comment that matters. Okay. So when you write a comment, if you want me to understand it, you have to say, not this, what's on the screen now. You'd have to say, I never said I was what? Because I don't, Stephen Veach, even have the slightest clue what you said or what your last comment was. I can't. It'd be impossible. Even if I had a good memory. I'm not paying that much attention to each of you guys as individuals. I'm sorry. So anybody who writes shit like this, I'm just going to start skipping over it because I have no possible way of knowing what you're talking about. No possible way. Yeah, who gives a fuck about Bill Clinton? Send all the Democrats to jail. If they're in the Epstein files, fuck them. Who cares? Current gas average is 305. Exactly. Yep. And last year, I believe it was 307, something like that this time. Trump is the most corrupt president in history. I don't believe a damn word that comes out of his mouth. You can't. Democrats, Congresswoman who is representative of Virgin Islands exposed to be coached by Jeffrey Epstein himself during a Michael Cohen meeting to take down Trump. Yeah. Fuck that cunt. That's what I say. You want me to stand up for her? Never. Letitia James winner. Yeah. Case closed. Trump's mad as fuck. Yep. Where's the lost 1 minute in Epstein's death? I wish I knew. I live in Nevada, the Lake Tahoe, Nevada, Lake Tahoe, California, Nevada border. Okay, we get it. I live in Nevada because I'm a business owner. There are no state taxes. All right. Awesome. I don't know what that is in reference to, but all right, cool. They're down about 30 to 50 cents here during Biden. Gas was 350 to 330 as it got closer to reflection or re-election. I'm sorry. He released reserves and it went down 280, 290. It's 250 here right now. Yeah, and here it was 299 when Biden left, and now it's 319. And before that, it was up to 349 just a couple of weeks ago. So again, it's just anecdotal evidence. It just depends on where you are. And there are certain places where gas is always cheaper than certain other places, you know? So again, Mike Ramey, I swear to Christ, you can look it up. On average, meaning all the states, all the prices, you know what it means. Gas is down a couple of cents a gallon. That's literally a fact right now. I love you, Mike, but goddamn. Democrats want to keep pushing the ACA down the road to keep a failed demon rat. Oh, great, wonderful, smart healthcare plan. Well, how has it failed if it got 24 million people health insurance? How is that a failure? And by the way, the Republicans are in charge. What is the Republican healthcare plan that's going to replace the ACA? Because the reason we need the ACA still is because the Republicans still have yet to come up with a plan. And when Trump was asked what his healthcare plan was during the debate with Kamala, he said, I have concepts of a plan. So the Republicans come up with nothing, but you want to get rid of the thing that's been working since what, 2014? All right. No, they don't take a look at the Bidens. See what I mean? I don't know what that means. J-Dog, why won't you talk about Trump being in the files, but you're fine with talking about Bill Clinton? Why are you not outraged that the current sitting president is in the files? Because that's his guy, and they're not against pedophilia. They're against Democrats. And meanwhile, Clinton, again, guys, we have no proof he's in the files. We know he's on the flight logs. And this is the funniest part about you guys. You don't think critically about anything. So Bill Clinton was president for 8 fucking years before he ever flew an Epstein's jet. 8 years. Okay. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean for Bill Clinton's travel? Do you think that means that he had to have Secret Service with him on every fucking flight he went on? Of course. So do you think that Bill Clinton snuck away from the Secret Service and raped a child on Epstein's jet? Or do you think the Secret Service went to the island with Bill Clinton and they let him out of his sight so he could go rape kids? Like, is that really what you believe? Because it would be literally impossible for Bill Clinton to have done anything after he became president. You know? They use gaslighting to say Trump is always lying, so you never have to listen or respect his words. So please, brainwashing. Donald Trump lied 30,000 times in his first term. Verifiable lies. 34 or 30,000 times. In the debate with Kamala, it was only 90 minutes, 36 verifiable lies. No, we don't use gaslighting to say Trump is always lying. Trump is always lying. He's always lying. The fucking guy said that his uncle taught the Unabomber and that Trump and his uncle used to always have conversations about his uncle teaching the Unabomber at MIT. Meanwhile, the Unabomber never went to MIT, and he wasn't even labeled the Unabomber until 12 years after Trump's uncle died. I mean, shit like this. When he says to you, we're going to lower your drug prices by 1,500%, that's not a lie, even though you can only decrease the price of something by 100% and then it becomes free. These aren't lies. Donald Trump saying this is just delusional and a lie, in a social media post on October 12th at 12:58 a.m. that Joe Biden put 274 FBI agents in the crowd on January 6th, even though Joe Biden wasn't president, Trump was. That's not a lie. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. Dems, or is it one Dem? You see how you guys do that? Dems. You sure it wasn't one Dem? And don't worry about. Listen, that's fine. I'm against that personally, but the thing that makes you disingenuous is the fact that you're concerned about a Democrat getting text messages from Jeffrey Epstein during a hearing, but you're not concerned about Donald Trump being accused of raping 13-year-old Katie Johnson with Jeffrey Epstein. You're not concerned about Donald Trump being his best friend for 10 years, being in videos and photos with him, making a comment to the press like Jeffrey Epstein's a great guy, and it's been said he even loves beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. None of that bothers you, but that thing about the Democrat bitch getting text messages during a hearing, that's really driving you crazy. That's why nobody takes you seriously, because if you're outraged about one thing, you have to be outraged about the other, you know? Look at this guy. That dude was attracted to all millionaires and multimillionaires. He kissed Trump's ass. Doesn't make Trump a pedophile. Could you tell me which other, because that's a fair argument. Could you tell me which other millionaires were accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with him? Serious. It's a fair question, Saltwater Life. Which ones? Which other millionaires were accused of raping a 13-year-old with Jeffrey Epstein? Which other millionaires did Jeffrey Epstein say he was best friends with for 10 years? Which other millionaires are in tons of photos and videos with Jeffrey Epstein? Go ahead. I'm asking. I want a serious answer. So how many of those millionaires were accused of raping a girl with a 13-year-old with Jeffrey Epstein? No, I told you I don't like that shit. I'll say that though. But outraged about what? I mean, what was going on? Were they raping children together in those text messages? What exactly is the outrage about? Could you explain to me? And I don't like that the bitch was texting with him. I don't like anybody texting with a pedo. But what is it again that's driving you nuts about that? That makes you completely overlook all the other stuff I just mentioned? What is it exactly? Was he texting her, hey, I got a 12-year-old here for when you get off and we're going to, was he texting her stuff like that? Just out of curiosity. All right, well, I got a solution for you. There you go, buddy. Bye. In 75 years, the Caucasian race will be 10% of the U.S. Your grandchildren will see it. Oh, God. Bob, I'm not concerned. I know you are, Bob, but I'm not. Yeah, you can't do the both sides thing. They're not comparable. No, a politician is comparable to Trump. The 13-year-old has dropped her lawsuit multiple times. Well, if you listen to her tell it, she tells you that as soon as she started to sue Trump, you animals started threatening to kill her and come to her house and every fucking thing else. And she didn't drop it. She dropped it once. The first time it was thrown out because of a procedural mistake. She didn't do something right in the process of filing the lawsuit. And the third time, I don't exactly remember, but I believe she only dropped it once. And again, you animals, look what you did on January 6th. Look what you guys do. You guys threaten federal judges when they rule against Donald Trump. The poor girl was terrified. So she said, fuck this. But you could look at her deposition on YouTube and you could see what she says about what Donald Trump did to her. Absolutely. If Ivanka wasn't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. That's what he said. Yeah. Yeah, talking to Epstein is a bad look. Abusing girls with Epstein is a crime. Exactly. Nobody talks about Hollywood stars or that Hollywood stars are in them files. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about it because they're all financially tied to the Democratic Party. And that's why the Democrats have been pushing to release the files for months and the Republicans have been covering them up. Saltwater Life, it's literally just speculation. This is why you drive me insane. You state things as fact with no proof whatsoever. Like, for example, what Hollywood celebrities are in the Epstein files? Which ones? Which ones do you have proof of being in the Epstein files? Oh, they would, no doubt. Yeah. They wouldn't even care if he did shit to them, as long as it was him doing it. Epstein was texting her how to take down Trump. Yeah, no, he wasn't. He was Trump's friend. Trump called him after he won the election in 2016. His own Jeffrey Epstein's own brother said it. So yeah, no, they weren't enemies. Epstein didn't want to take down Trump. You literally just made that up. It's like when you guys say Biden R-worded his daughter in the shower, when in reality, she never said anything of the sort. You guys take something this big and blow it up this big. Or I'll tell you what, give me the source and I'll look it up right now. That's the credible source that says that that's what was going on in those texts. Well, Hunter Biden innocent too then. I don't know. Is that a question? It was during a Michael Cohen anti-Trump meeting that she was being coached how to attack Trump in court, telling her what to say, things she had no idea about. Like what? What things? January 6th, LMAO, all them Floyd riots and destruction of law and order. And DU worried about a few broken windows. No, I'm totally against those George Floyd riots and stuff. All that shit. All those riots. Totally. But again, you're just doing whataboutism. I said January 6th, and you said, but what about the George Floyd riots? What does one have to do with the other? And the George Floyd riots were because a black man was brutally murdered in front of the whole world, whereas the January 6th riots were you animals trying to cause an insurrection because your scumbag president lost the election and he wanted to steal a free and fair election. And you did it at the United States Capitol, for fuck's sake. So it's a little bit different, too, than BLM riots and stuff. Those are commonplace. Riots like that are commonplace. People trying to overturn the government, that's different. That's a little bit different, wouldn't you say? You're kidding me. You don't know. Don't know what. So you did it again, Saltwater Life. What don't I know? Not disrespectful. I'm debating, and I have given you kudos on your honesty. Okay, so what don't I know? Jesus, you fucking guys with these comments. You're kidding me. You don't know. What don't I know? What don't I know? Isn't it that what you're doing with Trump? This is what TDS looks like. Now, I know tremendous dick syndrome looks like this. I know that. But what does that have to do with anything? See what I mean by your comments? Isn't that what you're doing with Trump? Now, if you weren't lazy and you wanted me to actually understand your comment, you would say, isn't this specific thing what you're doing with Trump? You know, but no, you say that and then I don't understand the comment. I got to move on. What proof do you have of Trump being a pedophile since you're asking for proof so much? I've heard Donald Trump talk about wanting to fuck his daughter, basically calling her curvy and attractive, voluptuous. I saw him with my own eyes look at a 10-year-old girl and say, I'll be dating her in 10 years. That means he found a 10-year-old girl attractive. Okay. I've seen him speculate about the size of his 4-year-old daughter's titties, what they're going to be like when she gets older. I saw him say that his 4-year-old daughter has her mother's legs, which is an odd fucking thing to say. I heard him say that if Ivanka wasn't his daughter, he'd be dating her. I know that he was accused of raping Katie Johnson when she was 13, and I 100% believe her. Plus he's found civilly liable for sexual assault. Now, so he's a pervert and a rapist. So pedophile isn't that much further off. And besides, R-wording a 13-year-old would be pedophilia. That's what it would be. Here, I'll let you guys take a look at this while I go do something. You'll make nothing of it. Believe me, I know. But I play this on every show. Why not do it on this one too?
Charges that Jeffrey Epstein was running a sex trafficking ring in the early 2000s that included underage girls as young as 14 years old.
Donald Trump in 2002 said of Epstein, he's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
He routinely spoke fawningly of Jeffrey. He admired Epstein's lifestyle.
Your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of it.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
What does Tiffany have of Marlon?
She's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet.
You were playing tennis and you came off the court. Quote, look at that piece of I would love some of that. It so happened that Trump was referring to Cohen's then 15-year-old daughter, Samantha.
I had the impression that he was interested in younger women and that, you know, women would age out for him.
Miss Teen Universe? Yeah, that's like giving Jeffrey Dahmer a cooking show.
I'll go backstage before a show, and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I stand there with notes like...
Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl.
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
A lawsuit against the presumptive GOP nominee alleges he raped a girl when she was 13 years old.
Prince Andrew answering questions for the first time about his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know Prince Andrew, but it's a tough story.
Trump has been photographed with Prince Andrew as far back as the year 2000.
Ghislaine Maxwell is accused of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls.
I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
you are one.
All right, I was going to say that, but it's true.
Okay, so let's just take the part even where Ghislaine Maxwell is charged with child sex trafficking, pedophilia. And Donald Trump says, I wish her well. And knowing, because they asked him how he feels about her after being charged with all that shit and everything. He said, I just wish her well. I know her. I met her plenty of times. You know, I wish her well. So there's nothing wrong with that either, right? There's a problem with a Democratic congresswoman texting with Jeffrey Epstein at a hearing, but Donald Trump wishing a convicted pedophile well, that's completely normal, right? I'm assuming your answer is yes. Where's the evidence? Vernon, yeah, that wasn't evidence. No, him looking at the 10-year-old girl and saying, I'll be dating her in 10 years. That's not evidence that somebody is most likely a pedophile. You're right, 100%. Yeah, he does. He does, Pumpkin. Yeah. See, Trump supporters, the View interviewed him. I don't know what you're saying, but on The View is where he said the thing about dating his daughter and that's the other thing. On The View, it was him and Ivanka on The View, and they asked Ivanka, what do you and your father have in common? What's one thing you have in common? Ivanka said golf and real estate. They then asked Donald Trump, what's one thing you and your daughter have in common? And he said, well, I was going to say sex, but I can't really say that. Now, you tell me the reason any fucking man, when asked that question, would say sex unless he wants to fuck his daughter. Tell me why any man would say that. Go ahead. I want to hear your fucking, I want to hear your, don't call me a moron unless you can spell your right, Daniel, you fucking idiot. I want you to tell me. Go ahead. Because I have a daughter. And if they ask me, what do we have in common? I would say, I don't know, our sense of humor. She has some of my features, stuff like that. That's it. The last thing that would ever enter my mind is the word sex. Yeah, well, when I'm watching Donald Trump see it or say it, and I'm hearing his voice saying it, I believe it. The vast amount of evidence against Trump is staggering. Oh, it is. You'd have to be willfully ignorant to not believe that Donald Trump is a pedo. You'd have to be. There's no other way around it. No other way around it. But that's what MAGA is, though. It's literally willful ignorance personified. Like, that's what it is. I'm fully aware. Believe me, I know. Give me 1 second here. Yes, DT was played so bad from Mamdani. Oh, Mamdani fucking. Trump was eating out of the palm of his hand. Mamdani fucking. He was nice to that little bitch, and that little bitch fucking turned into like a schoolgirl with a crush. You know what I mean? Donald Trump, he's dressing like him now and shit. Look at Donald Trump dressing like Mamdani the day after Mamdani was in the office. Where's this at? Look at that shit right there. You fucking believe that? How gay is that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But there's nothing wrong with that either, guys, right? Can you guys tell me, do me a favor, the MAGA people, can you tell me, oh, I know. Yeah, we're learning that, Kate. Yeah. Can you guys tell me, like, okay, no doubt, Saltwater Life. Can you guys tell me, only the MAGA people, can you tell me something Trump has done wrong? Just out of curiosity. Anything. Sorry, I'm scheduling my next show. Okay. They can't. They view him as a god. I know. Epstein Island was the most bipartisan place on earth. Hashtag they're all in it together. Wake up. All right. So tell me more about it. Who was on the island? You guys, I get you every time because you throw these general statements out there, and it's like, okay, tell me a specific source or who. I mean, because that is literally you just guessing. Just in your opinion, Epstein Island was the most bipartisan place on earth. So can you tell us who's been to that island? Because I couldn't tell you who's been to that island. So who has been to the island? Who definitely has been to that island? Yeah. Copy it, LOL. Oh, the outfit? Yeah. Best friends with Epstein up to his neck, charged with rape, screaming in court, dragged out. When will he be punished? I don't know. What do you mean? When Trump? I don't know. Why do you ask? What is your motivation in asking? Because I know you guys can't do it. You're brainwashed. He's infallible to you. He's a god to you. So when I ask, what has he done wrong? Very few of you ever actually answer because you refuse to admit he's done anything wrong. So I'm just curious, what has he done wrong in your opinions? Can you tell me something he's done right? Yeah, I think the First Step Act was pretty good. I have mixed feelings about that one because I know a lot of very vicious murderers that have gotten out on. I don't mean I know them personally, but very vicious killers and stuff that have gotten out because of the First Step Act. But overall, it was probably a good thing. And Operation Warp Speed was good. Yep. Oh, and he got the hostages freed. That was good. That was definitely good. Democrats got TTS badly. TTS. You guys ignore the text messages. You guys ignore the money. The only thing is showing that your Democrats are retarded, and this is coming from an independent. Okay. What do I ignore exactly? Text messages and money. What does that mean? What text messages and what money? It's funny, Moonlight Ace, because you're an independent, but you didn't say the thing about you Trump supporters. After you said the thing about Democrats, and by the way, you Trump supporters completely ignore all the things that were just shown in that video, and the fact that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were best friends, for 10 years, and the fact that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were accused of raping a 13-year-old together and stuff like that. It's funny how it doesn't bother you that they ignore that, but you're worried about us, not being so worried about the text messages. And you're an independent. Let me tell you something. As far as I know about the text messages, at the very worst, he was giving that congresswoman answers. There was no pedophilia involved in that. I'm not worried about Jeffrey Epstein as a person. I'm worried about Jeffrey Epstein as a pedophile. I couldn't give a fat baby's dick who he was texting during whatever hearing. It does not matter to me. Okay? I couldn't care less. I'm worried about crimes that were committed by Jeffrey Epstein and his, what I hope could somehow turn out to be co-defendants. Yeah, oh yeah, no doubt. LMAO, we never worship Biden, Obama, or Clinton. Colossians 3 verses 1, seek those things above, not on the earth. Okay. Well, no, I mean, Democrats, we don't ever worship politicians. I couldn't give a fuck about any of them. Oh, no doubt. Look, nobody's telling me what Trump did wrong, huh? Why would I tell you my real name? My name is Chris, and most of the internet knows my full name and address and everything else. But what do you mean, according to whom? Street smart politics. Let me explain to you why I named it that. First of all, I'm not a guy who went to college and stuff. I was a guy that was, I basically spent a lot of my life in the streets doing street shit. Okay. So that's one of the reasons I named it that. But the main reason is because anybody with street smarts, with real street smarts, cannot be conned by anyone, especially not the world's most famous con man, a guy that's been known for decades throughout the entire world as nothing but a con artist. You have to be completely void of street smarts. You have to lack street smarts completely to be conned by him, and you guys have been conned by him. I am too street smart to be conned by Donald Trump. I see through his bullshit. You guys don't. So that's why I call the channel that. I know. Nobody, not a single person. Yeah, Operation Warp Speed was good. Not a single person said what Trump has done wrong. Isn't that amazing? None of you can do it. Started enforcing the laws as they were written when it comes to immigration. Is that wrong? It's not true. I mean, he's not enforcing the laws as they were written. So I don't even understand the question. You're supposed to tell me something Trump did wrong, and you're asking me if something is wrong, but the something you're asking me about is not even true. Trump admitted that appointing Jeff Sessions was a mistake. Oh, so you're saying that's one bad thing he did because he admitted it was bad? And why was appointing Jeff Sessions a mistake again? Could you remind me? Watch this. A victim of Trump rape young woman begged people not to vote for him. All right. I think she's on my side. I just don't understand. It's TDS, Trump's dumbass supporters. Yeah. Yeah. Any day, BCJ. Republicans should never bring up text messages. You got a good point there. Yeah. I bet a lot of these Trump supporters have that mushroom stamp on their forehead. I wouldn't doubt it. Democrats and Republicans were both screwing on Epstein Island, but the real people they are screwing are the taxpayers. The Uniparty is real. We have the best country money can buy. All right. So, I agree with you on the taxpayers part, but which Democrats and Republicans? I'm just asking, which ones? Because, guys, let me tell you something. I study this shit every day, and I never say I know who is on that island. I have no idea. And as far as Trump and Bill Clinton, there's zero evidence either that we've seen so far that either of them was on the island. Okay? Zero evidence that either of them was on the island as far as what we've seen so far. So I don't even say Trump was on the island. There you go. You convicted Trump based on your opinion. Convicted him of what? Trump is actually convicted of things. My opinion is another reason it's called street smart politics. My opinion is based on a lot of things. And if you're talking about the pedophile thing, everybody has a right to come up with their own conclusion. Everybody has the right. That's what an opinion is, okay? You could also see your opinion as a fact. Doesn't necessarily mean it is one. But when I see, being the guy I am, a guy say to someone, look at that 10-year-old, I'll be dating her in 10 years. That's all I need to see. Because that means there was other children around in that video. That means he picked a specific 10-year-old and said, I'll be dating her in 10 years, which means he was attracted to a 10-year-old. Okay. The stuff he said about his daughter, disgusting. The accusation by Katie Johnson. If you guys read that lawsuit, you would throw up. Okay. The fact that he was best friends with the most prolific pedophile in American history for 10 years. I mean, yeah, I've come to a conclusion based on a whole bunch of stuff, not that I've heard from just third parties and shit, stuff I've seen from Donald Trump himself. That's the thing, guys. This is why I don't respect any of you, because you see how I just said there's no proof that Trump was on Epstein Island that we know of. See, I'll say that. Okay. But what was I just, I lost my train of thought. I do it all the time. You guys get used to it. Please hit like and subscribe. What was I talking about? Oh, I'll do that stuff, but you guys won't. Like you will look at all this insane evidence of Trump being a pervert and most likely a pedo, and you'll completely discount it and say, nope, it's not true because I said so. But when you see that Ashley Biden said in a diary showers that were probably not appropriate, you guys automatically convict Joe Biden as a pedophile. You start to claim things that Ashley Biden never said, like she was a teenager when this was happening, stuff like that. You make stuff up as you go, okay? And you take things this big and turn them into things this big, but when it's your guy, things this big become this big. That's why nobody has respect for MAGA people. Nobody, anywhere in the world. Because you guys cannot be genuine about a single fucking thing. When I'll do that all day. I've stood up for Donald Trump. Anytime I hear somebody lie on anyone, I stand up for them. And when I hear somebody lie about Donald Trump, earlier in the chat, somebody said that Trump ran as a Republican because he once said if he ever ran for president, he'd run as a Republican because Republican voters are stupid and all they do is listen to Fox News. First thing I said is, I wish it was true, but it's not. Unfortunately, even though it would fit my narrative and I'd love to say, yeah, that's what he did, he didn't do that. I stood up for him with the good people on both sides thing. I stood up for him when Ben Meiselas of Midas Touch said that he, drifted away during a speech when in reality he was just staying silent because the music was playing. Always, I'm not, listen, I'm as genuine as they fucking come. Okay? So you guys will look at a video, a made-up video, a video that was edited to add a sniffing sound and say that because Biden sniffed a kid, which he didn't, he's definitely a pedo. But Donald Trump, with the mountains of evidence, the lawsuit from Katie Johnson, the fucking videos I just showed you, him talking about, bragging about walking into dressing rooms of teenage girls when they're naked because he can. Stuff like that. The fact that his own wife accused him of rape, the fact that he's been found sexually or civilly liable for sexual assault, all these things, the 10-year-old girl thing, and you're like, no, I have nothing to see here. I don't see what the problem is. And if it was Biden that did that, you guys would be outside of his house right now with your tiki torches. Okay? But Donald Trump, he could rape a child on live television, and you guys would either ignore that it happened, deny that it happened, or you would in some way, shape, or form tell us how it was actually a good thing that he did that. And we all know that about you guys. We all know that about you guys. And that's what's so infuriating about you, is that you're the only people in the fucking world who refuse to hold your guy accountable for anything, no matter how grotesque it is. And that tells us that you have zero morals whatsoever. If you don't know that this behavior you just saw in that video and all these things I've mentioned are wrong, then you don't understand why pedophilia is wrong. You just don't get it. Dean Withers the other day had a guy call in and say something along the lines of, you keep talking about Donald Trump, or I don't want to say rape too much, R-worded a child, something like that. Why is that wrong? And he said, well, Dean Withers said, what do you mean? What is wrong? I said that he raped a child. And he was like, well, yeah, but why is that wrong? Dean Withers said, are you asking me why R-wording a child is wrong? And he said, yeah, what's wrong about it? That's how I see all of you. That if it's your guy, even pedophilia is acceptable. It's excusable as long as it's your guy. But if it's somebody you don't like, you'll look at a video, see the most innocent thing in the world and say, pedo. That's why we can't respect you. It's impossible. It's impossible. They'll blame Biden. Of course. Fuentes Owens, 2028. What a surprise. Joseph Frost wants a neo-Nazi and a self-hating black woman to be a president and vice president. Yeah, Tyler, what doesn't seem serious to you? Falling down Biden. Yeah, I could show you videos of Trump having to be led around in Asia around a ballroom because he gets lost so many times. I could show you videos of Trump falling up the stairs on the way to Air Force One. I could show you a video of Trump coming down the stairs of Air Force One with the Beast, his giant car right in front of him, and he makes a right turn and walks right past it, and they have to lead him back to his car. So that stuff about Biden is like, the same thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump he has dementia. What am I making up, Tyler? Tell me what I'm making up. And I'll show you proof of it. Guarantee I will. What have I made up? I'll wait, Tyler. Crockett is horrible. Yeah, but Trump's great. That's because of what I do for a living. I know it's pointless, but 2806, your mom didn't say that. What does that mean? Oh, of course he did. Of course he did. You can't compare Biden and Trump mentally. Biden was gone. Trump is sharp. All right, let's check a couple things out here. In this video clip, Donald Trump is asked, I played this earlier in the show, but a lot of you guys come and go. So in this clip, Donald Trump is asked twice, 2 times, how long are the illegal immigrants going to be held in Florida at Alligator Alcatraz? Now let's watch his, I'll just say answers, because there's many answers, just not to the question.
Okay, please.
To the question he was asked.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here, days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But Even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. You know, my vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida. You know, pay a lot of tax, and a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can.
Yeah, he doesn't have dementia. No, not at all. He answered 45 different questions except for the actual one that he was asked. He veers off and he goes from topic to topic. And she asked him twice a very specific question, and he heard a different question. No, he doesn't have dementia. No, you're right. See, that's what I mean. You guys will see stuff like that from Trump, and it's like, no big deal. He just misheard the question. If you saw that from Biden, Biden's got full-blown dementia, you know? And people do this, by the way. There's like left-wing podcasters and stuff. They go to Trump rallies and they'll say, what did you think about Biden looking at a 10-year-old girl and says and saying, I'll be dating her in 10 years? And they say, oh my God, he's a sick pervert. I'm glad he's not in office anymore. And then they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I got the question wrong. It was Donald Trump that said that. And then they're like, well, yeah, but how did he mean it? In what context did he say it? See, it's just Joe Rogan did it too. Joe Rogan, he talks about, oh, did you see Biden? Biden said there wasn't enough airports during the Revolutionary War. That guy's mind is gone. He's got dementia. He needs to be removed from office. And then his producer is like, no. Trump was, or Biden was quoting Trump. Trump's the one that said that. And Joe Rogan was like, oh, so he fucked up then. So one guy has dementia because you hate that guy. The other guy, he just made a mistake. Yeah, he did. He had him shook. Biden did Hunter's Coke. No, Donald Trump Jr. did Hunter's Coke, and everybody else's too. I want to see it. Show the proof. VAC. Show proof of him walking around in Asia, not knowing where he is. Going, look, like he looks lost. You can't do it. All right. Give me a sec. You guys, you'll learn eventually never to call me out on stuff because I don't lie. And if I tell you I could show you proof, I can show you proof. Now, what you'll see here, you'll just say that it's not that at all. You'll make some excuse. You'll say, oh, he wasn't lost. But I already expect that from you. Believe me. Hold on. I'm trying to get it up here. That doesn't sound good. Here we go. I'm going to turn the music off because I don't know if I can get a copyright complaint for that. Now you watch him. Just wandering around. She's laughing at him because he's fucking lost. He's in his own world. They got to guide him everywhere. Even when they guide him, he goes the wrong way. Oh, that's not even the whole video. That's just some of it. But that was no big deal, right? Yeah, I know. I know you guys. I know how you are. Believe me. Unfortunately, I do. What are you guys arguing about? Well, she's not illegal. Donald Trump made sure of that, but she is a whore. You're calling a woman useless bitch. Don't say that while I'm in this chat. I defend women on the internet during politics. Who's calling a woman a useless bitch? That clip didn't show anything. No, of course. It's like I said, it doesn't matter what I show you. You'll just say it didn't show anything. That's what you guys do. Of course, if that was Biden, you say, oh my God, look how lost he is. Let me see if I can show you the longer version. Just like when you guys say, like you guys talk about Sleepy Joe, and I tell you what, Donald Trump's been falling asleep all the time lately, and you say, no, he hasn't. And then I show you the video, and you say, oh, he's not really sleeping, though. Gotta turn that music off. That's no good for my channel. Weak points, bro. Move on. No. I'm going to stick with this. You keep watching. I'll even take this down. This is after he fell asleep, by the way, in the same room. Let me try to fast forward to where he starts walking. All right, here they go. Look. Watch. Look, she starts laughing at him. He's just wandering around aimlessly. He has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, maybe that was the whole thing. Okay, there you go. Let me see. Keep watching just in case. I don't know if he wanders off on this part. No, it looks like he's standing in one spot. All right. Now, let's see this real quick. Hold on a sec. Why is this happening? Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Very important. Okay. I can't find that one right now, but I'll show you this because you guys like to talk about Joe Biden falling when he's walking up the stairs on Air Force One. Here we go. Watch. It was a nice save, but still fell. Oh shit! And then I'm trying to find the one. Let me see. Hold on, guys. Hit the like button and subscribe, please. Oh shit, I can't find it right now. But there's one where he comes off Air Force One, and the beast is right in front of him. The car, it's right fucking in front of him. And he turns right and he walks past it, and they got to fucking grab him and lead him back to it. And here's some other stuff. If you don't believe he has dementia, hold on. Oh yeah, I know, right? How about this? Joe didn't walk off into a rainforest. Fox News showed you guys a lot of fraudulent shit. Like they showed you a clip one day of Joe Biden just staring off into space. What they didn't do is show you the whole video, because in the whole video you could see all the skydivers he was watching come down with their parachutes. Yeah, that's what they do to you guys, and you guys buy it hook, line, and sinker. But here's let's see some of Trump's dementia.
And my stupid people, when I wanted to refute it, they said, "Sir, don't dignify it with a rebuttal."
Have you been noticing peculiar behavior recently in someone you know?
Carried out by Ray.
Someone who mixes fiction and reality?
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
Perhaps someone of advanced age you have known for years.
Did you just see Maduro, Venezuela? It's unbelievable, Venezuela.
Of course, we all have our goofs. But consistently odd behavior can be a sign of frontotemporal dementia, a degenerative disease of the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain that dramatically impairs cognitive function. And there are some key signs to look out for, like slurring words.
The failing New York Times by anonymous, really anonymous.
Struggling to find the correct words is another sign.
The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges of the investigation.
You may also notice someone veering into incoherent ideas, detached from reality.
You know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark.
Or an inability to complete simple sentences.
Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat.
Other notable symptoms include impaired motor function, such as a wavering limb, and decreased balance, often accompanied by a signature lean or arched stance. If someone you know is demonstrating several or all of these symptoms, they are seriously unwell. As a matter of safety, they must be relieved of critical responsibilities and disqualified from any position of authority. Remember, frontotemporal dementia is a degenerative disease. Cognitive function will never return and will only deteriorate further. Don't ignore the signs.
And I'll tell you what, I got to get going, guys, because I got to make an important phone call before my next show. But I'm going to leave you with this. Let me just see if this is...
Charges?
No, not that one.
Goddamn tweet and the like.
No, not that one.
Public. The problem is...
No, not that one. Where in the fuck is it?
Do you believe that you should have been tougher?
No. Did I? Oh, here it is. I'm going to leave you guys with this, since you don't think that Donald Trump has any kind of cognitive impairment or dementia. And then I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy.
I think you should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. Doc Ronnie Johnson. Does everyone know Ronnie Johnson, congressman from Texas? He was the White House doctor. How good did Elise Stepanek do? You know, we've endorsed.
Wait a minute, guys. Before I do that, hit like and subscribe. Don't forget, please hit like and subscribe right now. I'd appreciate it. Here we go.
I think you should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. Doc Ronnie Johnson. Does everyone know Ronnie Johnson, congressman from Texas? He was the White House doctor. How good did at least Stepanakert. You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? JD Mandel, and he's doing great. Jimmy Connors is good. He's also happy.
Mike Bolton, John Bolton is here. Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia. And there was progress today. I look forward to solving it.
Thank you, Steve.
It was Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. Can it ever be like Rick Gates' fault? I mean, it's always Trump's fault, Rick.
By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, you know, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything, deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. We have some of our great business leaders and leaders, period, right behind me. I may ask Marilyn Lockheed. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. Yes, please, Mr. Kurd.
Thank you very much for your time.
You know what was interesting? Joe Biden won against Barack Hussein Obama. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Arrest their leading political opponent, and leading by a lot, including Obama. I'll tell you what, you take a look at Obama and take a look at some of the things that he's done.
And Putin, you know, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word today. You heard that, nuclear.
Thanks for giving your first comments on the bill on this show. It means a lot to us. We appreciate it, sir. Thanks a lot.
You have a deal. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Joe Bright, this guy is just the worst. So will Christian ever run for president against you? And you heard the prime minister, you heard maybe have Matt Blum speak next, because he's been so incredible in so many ways. He fights so hard. He loves his state. He loves the people. Think of it, a new branch of the United States military, United States Armed Forces, called Air Force. I never talked about that. That's something we never talked about. But what we just saw, we just left pleasure. A very big hello to a place where we've done very well, Sioux Falls. Thank you very much, Sioux Falls. And thank you. So, Sioux City, let me ask you, and the worst president in the history of our country who is cognitively impaired, we would be in World War II very quickly. The worst president in the history of our country will be a fading nightmare. He'll be a fading,